Hello, everyone, and welcome to Interrail's bi-weekly webcast. My name is Opal Alapat, and I'm your host. Today, we're reprising our ever-popular Cloud Atlas, navigating the ever-changing cloud landscape webcast, but updated for new information and product releases. We have a lot of information to cover today, so please hold your questions for the end, and I promise we'll have at least 20 minutes for questions. So if you're one of those customers who's like, this is what I have today, and I don't know what to do, we will have time for those types of questions at the end. So here are our usual disclaimers. Wanted to point out the traditional Oracle safe harbor part of the slide. I am going to present the best information of what I understand of the current Oracle EPM, Essbase, and analytics world today, but note that it will all potentially change and will most likely change at some point, as it has since Oracle Cloud was born. Interrel is proud to be a 5-time Oracle EPM and Analytics Partner of the Year award winner. We're excited to have 5 Oracle ACE directors and alumni on staff today. Interrel's mission is to leave the world a smarter place than we found it, which is why we offer so many free webcasts, virtual conferences, and YouTube videos. And speaking of which, check out our upcoming webcasts and conferences. In just over a week, we'll be hosting our first ever virtual manufacturing industry conference. Then Edward will present the ever popular State of Business Analytics webcast version 2021. In February, we want to educate you all on EPM 11.2 on-prem, as well as the newly released Essbase 21C. So first, let's talk about Oracle Cloud. If you look at Oracle's trajectory, they started as a database company with custom apps, then they shifted to an applications company with pre-built apps, and now they're an enterprise cloud applications company. So Oracle is constantly evolving for their customers. There are a whole lot of reasons why Oracle went to cloud. Cloud addresses a number of on-prem challenges. First, it provides centralized security management that the customer no longer has to maintain themselves. Wouldn't you want to pay someone else to worry about security? It's hard to secure the perimeter around a digital world. Every few months, we hear about a massive breach, so knock on wood, this is yet to happen to Oracle. Next is functionality updates. Long gone are the years of waiting for new software features. In EPM Cloud, they are happening every month. In analytics, they are happening nearly every other month. And with cloud architecture, the hardware and software are controlled, so updates don't have to be tested against hundreds of hardware and software configurations, which means that the development teams can focus on what they do best, which is development. IT expenses. So with cloud, the concept is that you need less IT reliance. The IT department doesn't completely disappear, but with EPM Cloud in particular, it's meant to be business owned. More drag and drop, less scripting, no one needs to maintain hardware servers, nor work on patches and upgrades. Oracle does all of that auto-magically behind the scenes. Next is getting out of Excel hell. Businesses can be more agile because cloud is available at their fingertips, so data is centralized and reporting is standardized. Challenges expanding to new geographies and new areas. If you're on public cloud, you just add a new user to the system and to one of your existing security groups, and they can access cloud from anywhere where there's an internet connection. You don't have to worry about VPN and lots of client software installs. And finally, cloud addresses speed and agility. Just about everything is faster with cloud. Getting your environment up and running, adding your users in, faster performance, richer features, and more. With cloud, Oracle allows you to future-proof your business. Oracle is very transparent with their product roadmaps. They are constantly adding in new features, and the software and hardware is regularly maintained and scalable. This is good news for companies along for the ride for years out. EPM Cloud in particular has been doing well. Next month, we're coming up on the 7-year anniversary of Planning Cloud, originally called PBCS. Oracle now proudly claims that they have over 5,200 customers overall on EPM Cloud. Cloud revenue has overtaken on-prem revenue. So now let's talk about some common cloud terminology. At the end of the day, cloud is someone else's server and someone else's problem. There are still servers in case anyone thought they disappeared. The difference is now that these servers reside in supermassive data centers across the world. And as consumers, we just access the software with an internet connection. There are 2 models, SaaS and PaaS. SaaS is more of an individual user basis licensing model where you pay by the user per month. It's a pay as you grow model. Updates and upgrades are happening behind the scenes by the vendor, and customers don't have to worry about it. One way to think about it is to look at Gmail. Many of you probably have Gmail accounts, and you just log into your Gmail email account, and you don't really worry about the hardware and the software behind the scenes and who's maintaining it. And when new features get released to Gmail, you adapt. PaaS is more platform oriented. You generally have more control over it. It offers a clean slate platform to build from, not just applications. And usually this is not charged on a by user basis, but on consumption, at least in the Oracle world. How much processing power and memory is a customer using, and how much storage is required, and more. Welcome to the current view of Oracle EPM Cloud. You can see how EPM Cloud plays into the Oracle world. EPM provides a layer that speaks to enterprise management and regulatory reporting. These product solutions can cascade throughout the organization to assist many areas of the enterprise, resulting in both collaborative and self-service benefits. EPM Cloud is connected, integrated, and agile, offering a modern architecture and feature set, and will improve EPM business practices at organizations. You can leverage its 20 years of innovation for all aspects of your enterprise performance management needs. And this is a full EPM solution that can handle not only your current needs, but wherever the future takes you. Now let's do a deep dive of each EPM Cloud solution. With Oracle EPM Cloud, you get one EPM suite with two subscription options. There are two licensing tiers, Standard and Enterprise. Standard allows you to have a single business process and is charged by a unique named user by month, with a flat monthly fixed fee for each additional product that you might need. There is a limited set of EPM Cloud solutions available at this tier, and each business process has a limited set of functionality. Enterprise is the full buffet. It shouldn't be a surprise that it's priced so that most customers will purchase this tier. Enterprise is also charged by unique named user by month. And right now, you can have as many business processes as you want, and they're all included with full functionality. If you're planning to use more than two products, this is generally the better deal. Plus, it opens up the entire solution suite to your organization, which again, future-proofs your business. Planning is the heart of the Oracle EPM Cloud solution. It was the first EPM Cloud product released back in 2014, and it's been the fastest selling Oracle Cloud product to date. Planning is a centralized web-based planning, budgeting, and forecasting solution that drives collaborative, integrated, event-based planning processes throughout the enterprise. This solution was designed to address a wide range of financial and operational planning requirements. And some of the key features include powerful approvals and process management, flexible modeling, powerful reporting and analysis, robust data integration, flexible calculations through business roles and member properties, and tight security throughout the product stack. And if you're in the on-prem Hyperion world today and wondering how cloud is different, this is a slide that gives you a high-level list of features only found in cloud. Some of the callouts include things like valid intersections, which is making sure that your users are inputting data in the right dimensional intersections. Groovy coding, which allows you to extend the features and flexibility of your applications, and the next generation of hybrid, which works very well. Planning actually comes in three different flavors: custom, freeform, and modules. The standard EPM Cloud licensing tier comes with custom and modules. The enterprise EPM Cloud licensing tier comes with all three flavors, and each has a purpose and right fit. Custom means to build your planning application from the ground up, blank slate, but with the boundaries that traditional planning has always required. Freeform is being called Essbase SaaS. It's a way for customers to consolidate licensing and platforms to one single product line, in this case, Oracle EPM Cloud. And it's a replacement option for Essbase, but I will talk more on that in a second. And modules is the cloud replacement option for on-prem Hyperion planning modules. More on this as well in a second. The modules type of planning application includes pre-configured frameworks that customers can leverage to save time. These frameworks include financials, workforce, capital asset planning, project financial planning, and strategic modeling. Note that strategic modeling is the cloud iteration of the former Hyperion strategic finance tool on-prem, which has been deprecated in on-prem EPM 11.2. Also, while workforce and capital sound similar to what existed on-prem, they are the next incarnation, so you will not be able to upgrade your corresponding on-prem Hyperion Planning module to the cloud version. It is a rebuild. Modules include pre-built content, which are things like forms, business rules, smart lists, valid intersections, dashboards, data maps, which move data between the cubes in the application, and many other features. And we do have a number of customers using modules as they do function well out of the box, and they were built on 20 years of planning innovation, for those of you who've been around Hyperion Planning like I have since the year 2000, and they do have built-in integration between the modules. As mentioned, Freeform Planning offers an Essbase SaaS option. It's essentially Planning Cloud, but with less restrictions on the outline. So no longer do you have to adhere to the standard planning dimensions. It can support very large outlines, and you get the benefit of the planning bells and whistles like forms and dashboards. When Freeform first came out, you could only create an application by importing an existing Essbase OTL file. However, there has been much progress since then. Now you can use an Essbase outline, go through a wizard, import a snapshot from Essbase, or use SmartView to create a Freeform application. But there are a couple of boundaries of Freeform. So for instance, right now, you can only have one application in Cube per EPM Cloud instance. So if you have 4 Essbase cubes that you wish to move over to Freeform, each cube will have its own separate instance and URL. In addition, EAS and related objects like report scripts, load rules, and calc scripts will not be available in Freeform as the code line is planning based. That is very important for people to note. And finally, as you're moving from the Essbase world to the planning world, your SmartView connection will be planning based. The Oracle team is working hard to create parity between the Essbase and planning SmartView connections in the meantime. And they have added things like being able to have multiple grids on a single worksheet, but it is not fully there. Not yet. So now let's move over to consolidations. Financial Consolidation and Close is the cloud iteration of HFM, built upon a brand new architecture. Oracle's newest consolidation solution is now built on Essbase and leverages the planning code line used in so many of these EPM Cloud solutions. FCC leverages a number of pre-built objects, which can be combined with custom configurations in order to build a consolidations and close solution that meets your particular needs. It consolidates a number of previous on-prem functions like supplemental data, task manager, and consolidations in order to bring you a richer and deeper solution. FCC comes with both licensing tiers of EPM Cloud, although not all features are available with the standard EPM Cloud tier. Previously called Supplemental Data Manager, supplemental data allows customers to extend their application to a more granular level of detail. Formerly called Close Manager, Task Manager allows you to manage the close process by assigning and monitoring tasks while also defining close schedules. It helps give you insight into the close cycle tasks and statuses. Supplemental Data and Task Manager come with both licensing tiers of EPM Cloud with FCC. Next up, let's talk about reporting, one of my sweet spots. One of the most exciting reporting technologies to come out of Oracle EPM Cloud is the Narrative Reporting Suite. This suite of 3 reporting tools allows you to extend your reporting functionality and broaden your EPM reporting reach. This suite comes with the following products: a tool with the same name, Narrative Reporting, which is based on the business practice of narrative reporting. This allows you to combine charts and grids with text to tell your financial story. Management Reporting, another important tool in the suite, is a static reporting technology for reports like cash flows, balance sheets, and income statements. It is the replacement tool for financial reporting, which will be sunset in EPM Cloud probably in the next 2 or 3 years is my guess. It is built upon a forward-looking platform, and it includes out-of-the-box charting features for modern-day visualizations like scatter plots and waterfall charts. And finally, the last reporting tool in the suite is Disclosure Management. This is a statutory reporting tool that can also assist with regulatory filing. This supports XBRL, and recently released is the new auto-tagging feature, which has its own taxonomy designer. So why is narrative reporting important? Well, this is a cloud-only solution. It offers a secure, collaborative, and process-driven approach for defining, authoring, reviewing, and signing off on report packages. It works in tandem with SmartView, and it gap fills the other EPM reporting needs that Hyperion has traditionally not provided in the past. So this is Oracle's strategic reporting solution, and it will be taking a larger role in the EPM Cloud future. Narrative reporting comes with both licensing tiers of EPM Cloud, although not all features are available with the standard tier. Disclosure management only comes with the enterprise licensing tier, whereas management reporting and narrative reporting come with both tiers. Are you as profitable as you could be? Could you honestly answer the question, which customers and or products are the most profitable? And what are the true costs to provide services or complete a business process? If you don't know the answers today, how long would it take you to find out with your current processes and systems? Enter profitability and cost management. This is the cloud iteration of the former on-prem Hyperion profitability and cost management solution. In the on-prem world, this was a very expensive tool and cost $25,000 per user. Now it just comes included with the enterprise tier of EPM Cloud. This is a user-driven solution focused on costs and creating profitability models, and it excels at allocation logic, and it also gives you full transparency into its rules. In addition, it does also provide a comprehensive audit trail. So profitability and cost management comes with the enterprise licensing tier of EPM Cloud. Formerly known as ARM, or Account Reconciliation Management on-prem, we now have account reconciliation in the cloud. So this product addresses the global reconciliation process and is recently getting a lot of attention. Account reconciliation is a very manually intensive process in the real world, which increases risk and effort. And this tool reduces that manual effort and risk by providing visibility into the process and also streamlining, which is the key, the reconciliation tasks. There's also a module called transaction matching, which comes with the enterprise tier. And this module allows you to integrate with transactional systems and match the high volume transaction system data. Account reconciliation does come with both licensing tiers of EPM Cloud, but as mentioned before, the transaction matching module only comes with enterprise. Tax reporting is a comprehensive tax provisioning and reporting solution. It works globally, taking into account federal, state, and international levels. It's focused on helping you manage the tax reporting process and comes with pre-built dashboards and reports. Work lists, alerts, and notifications keep the users moving, and a central repository provides transparency and accountability for tax provision adjustments. This solution also has integration with either on-prem HFM or cloud FCC. And tax reporting comes with the enterprise licensing tier of EPM Cloud. Enterprise data management is the re-architected version of DRM in the cloud. So EDM allows business users and administrators to manage their master data. It does provide audit controls and accountability, as well as provides one central place to synchronize master data across multiple systems. EDM actually received a lot of updates in 2020, and it's been a game changer for a number of EPM Cloud customers. EDM comes with the enterprise licensing tier of EPM Cloud and with a capped number of nodes, but customers are welcome to purchase more. One of the questions we often get is, what are the data integration options in EPM Cloud? If you think about it, the potential list of data sources is vast and may exist both on-prem and in the cloud. So how does Oracle handle that for EPM Cloud? Here is your array of choices. There are a number of built-in data integration tools and interfaces that can handle simple flat file types of data loads. And there are also more savvy Oracle tools, some outside of the EPM Cloud stack, like on-prem FDME, that offer more robust data integration and transformation options. Flexibility is the key here, and there are options for multiple levels of complexity as well as skill sets. One of the re-architected tools for EPM Cloud that works with data integration is data management. Data management is a data integration tool provided at no additional cost. It's considered FDME Lite on the cloud. It can directly connect to cloud and on-prem systems, can be automated and scheduled, and be used by both admins and business users. It has a host of ETL capabilities like advanced mappings, drill back, and the ability to also do metadata updates. And this also has an on-prem agent that can directly connect to on-prem data sources. Data management comes with both licensing tiers of EPM Cloud, and it's directly embedded into the application instances. and our beloved SmartView, which is probably no stranger to you all on this call. EPM Cloud, of course, also integrates with Microsoft Office with a tool called SmartView, which allows users to push and pull EPM content into Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. SmartView is a common add-in for Microsoft Office, and with one single client install, can connect to all available EPM Cloud products. Most people think of it as it's usable only in Excel, but just know that SmartView does work with many important Office products. SmartView comes at no additional cost with both licensing tiers of EPM Cloud. It supports both PC and Mac now, and desktop Office as well as Office 365. It's also planned to go into Google Docs. Just to recap, there are two licensing tiers, and this is a visual representation of that because sometimes it's easier to absorb. So here is the functionality that could exist with the standard licensing tier, depending on which business process you purchase. Standard can provide you options for planning, reporting, account reconciliation, and consolidation and close. Enterprise licensing adds on to standard by opening up the entire EPM Cloud buffet, as well as additional functionality within the standard set of business processes. With Enterprise, you can extend the functionality to all areas of EPM and make the most of your EPM investment. EPM Cloud is a game changer in many ways, and especially the enterprise licensing tier. For the price of what used to be a single EPM Cloud product, you can now take advantage of all that EPM Cloud has to offer. And believe it or not, this has actually changed the way that we even do consulting. When customers are on the enterprise tier, we take into consideration all the products when we architect and design applications. We also account for the new reporting options, as well as assist customers in extending their EPM footprint and taking advantage of all the suite has to offer. In addition, we didn't touch on this so far, but EPM Cloud is a game changer just with the advances in hybrid technology. For those of you who have Hyperion planning on-prem, you may not be aware of this, but the version of true hybrid is actually not supported or certified with on-prem Hyperion planning, but it is with cloud. FCC applications and some planning applications now default to hybrid mode, and a handful of our customers have switched their planning applications to hybrid in the cloud and are seeing tremendous performance gains. However, for those of you longtime Essbase customers, which I have yet to mention, you might be asking yourself, well, what about Essbase? Is that gone? Of course not. It is the basis of many of the EPM Cloud solutions, as I mentioned, especially FCC. So in 2019, Essbase split from the analytics team. It may no longer be part of Oracle Analytics, but it is continuing on its own, and it now resides within the database team at Oracle. Though OAC Essbase is terminal, you can keep using it until your contract expires, but you will need to move. Your options today include 19C on OCI, which is Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, and 21C on-prem, which is available in Linux today. For 19C, basically, you'll set up an OCI server. You'll download Essbase from the OCI Marketplace, which is kind of like an app store for Oracle Cloud servers, and you'll install it on that server. It will be totally managed by you, whether you want to manage it or not. And just note that very important new news, 19C's Fusion middleware support will lose support in December of this year. So that is FMW, Fusion middleware. That portion of 19C is expected to drop support in December. So it is important that you keep this in mind. If you are on-prem trying to figure out what you're trying to do, you really should make a plan to move to 21C. If you're already on the path or already at 19C, you will probably need to move to 21C next year. Essbase 21C essentially is the next version of on-prem Essbase. It is available today for Linux operating systems, but it will be available for Windows soon. In addition, an OCI version will be available soon for customers with cloud-first initiatives in case you just don't want to stay on-prem. So stay tuned. As I mentioned before, we do have a webcast next month from Interrel on Essbase 21C and all of its amazing new features. And let's not forget about Oracle Analytics. What does that look like today? Let's do a quick summary. Oracle Analytics has had some facelifts since 2019 as well. For those of you on the OBIE stack on-prem today, you have options if you're looking to move. Oracle Analytics is now available in 3 flavors: Oracle Analytics Cloud, otherwise known as OAC, Oracle Analytics Server, otherwise known as OAS, and Oracle Fusion Analytics. Oracle Analytics Cloud moves your analytics infrastructure to the cloud and gives you advanced dashboards, data visualizations, and amazing analytics directly in the cloud. Oracle Analytics Server allows you to deploy on-prem instead, essentially upgrading your OBIE deployment today. And Oracle Fusion Analytics Warehouse, which is a newcomer to the mix, allows you to deliver real-time access to packaged business application analytics. It includes pre-built integration and data modules to Oracle Fusion applications, and it's built on Oracle Analytics and powered by Oracle Autonomous Data Warehouse. Oracle Analytics extends your EPM platform by providing advanced analytic capabilities on a large scale. It excels at self-service business intelligence, and it even incorporates artificial intelligence to push the capabilities with the data sets even further. Data visualization, which is one of the components of the Oracle Analytics stack, allows users to create their own dashboards within minutes. However, it's not just a self-service dashboarding tool. There are data wrangling and mashup features, data flows that can be saved and repeated, and a storytelling mode. And you can even download the machine learning and natural language generation features to have the system find and narrate your own data connections. The advanced dashboarding part of Oracle Analytics, which we refer to as business intelligence, is where you can really take your dashboarding capabilities with rich interactive features. Users can drill back into source systems, filter on large data sets, and control nearly every detail of their visualizations. So with all that, let's walk through some common customer scenarios today. What if you're an existing EPM Cloud or Analytics customer today? What is your path? So, if you have an existing older EPM Cloud subscription, this is when each product was sold a la carte, don't worry. Oracle will keep supporting your subscription until it expires or you decide to cancel and move to the new licensing model. But once your contract expires, you will need to move to one of the new licensing tiers. If you have a standalone licensing subscription to Essbase 11.1.2, or if you own OAC Essbase, there is also a path for you to go to 19C or 21C. Just note that you will have to wait a little bit longer if you want to go to 21C on Windows or if you want to go to 21C on OCI, as those have not been released yet. But the idea is that those will both be released in this first half of 2021. If you own OBIEE on-prem, you automatically have Oracle Analytics Server. It's just an upgrade. The last time OBIEE was upgraded was over 2 years ago, so this is great news. Or you can choose to go to OAC, Oracle Analytics Cloud. Just note that while the majority of features do overlap between OAS and OAC, there are some features that only come with OAC. Also note that Oracle's goal is to release a new version of OAS every year. And if you own Exalytics, well, you should know that Oracle no longer sells Exalytics. However, this is a super beefy box that is still relevant today. You could repurpose it for your own on-prem footprint, like with Oracle Analytics Server or even Essbase 21C. Okay, so what if you're a customer who's on EPM on-prem? What is happening with that since the 11.1.2 series is now over 5 years old? Safe harbor, of course, but you should know that EPM 11.2, which was released at the end of 2019, is expected to be the last on-prem release for Oracle EPM. Although it will get updates in the form of PSUs, Oracle does not currently plan to release another big version. Note that Oracle has made a commitment to their customers to provide Oracle Applications Unlimited and Premier support for on-premises deployments until at least December 2031. Matt Bradley has stated multiple times that he intends to give on-prem EPM customers a 10-year view at all times with customer-driven enhancements and quarterly releases. If you're curious about EPM 11.2, just know that the latest version is 11.2.3, which was released last October. A handful of our customers actually have moved to it. And note that it does require an out-of-place upgrade, and it still uses Essbase 11.1.2.4 under the covers. At this time, both Linux and Windows are supported for EPM 11.2. And note that if you didn't get the memo, if you're a customer on 11.1.2.4, your extended support expires in December of this year. So you do need to make a plan very soon because any path you take will most likely require months of lead time. So if you're excited to stay on-prem with EPM, there are some important notes to consider. The following products and features have been deprecated in this release with no expectation of returning. So first of all, for HFM, what we're talking about is FM Analytics, EAL, and the quantitative management and reporting for solvency have all deprecated. If you're in the BI stack, which I don't think this is a surprise to anybody, but interactive reporting, production reporting, and web analysis, no longer in EPM 11.2. Big one, which I'll talk about in more detail in a second, EPMA, gone in 11.2. Within Hyperion Planning, HSF has moved to the cloud. Crystal Ball, no longer there. The simplified user interface, no longer there. The modules in their state on-prem do not exist. They've been re-architected in the cloud. Disclosure management has also been moved to narrative reporting, also gone on 11.2. And then finally, which I don't know if anyone's going to miss this necessarily, but the Oracle EPM mobile app, which I believe supported both on-prem and cloud, also gone. So just to call it out, EPMA will not be supported in 11.2. Data Relationship Management, DRM, will replace EPMA in 11.2 for dimension maintenance and hierarchy management. So this is a restricted use DRM. It is supported for Hyperion on-prem apps only for import and export. There's no DRG, there's no DRM analytics, but there are some cool DRM features that are better than EPMA. Just to give you a quick list: derived properties, versioning, transaction history, custom validations, custom exports, hierarchy comparison, etc. So after all of that news, let's wrap up and get to, I'm sure, the questions that you guys have. So welcome to a new and better way of doing things with Oracle EPM Cloud. This suite of product allows you to extend your source systems to properly and effectively manage enterprise performance. And now you have two exciting licensing tiers, which are very simple and provide options for every budget while allowing you to maximize your investment in EPM technologies. In addition, not really touched on is Oracle's future for this product suite. Oracle's vision is not just EPM and EPM Cloud, but IPM, or Intelligent Performance Management. Oracle is heavily investing in additional artificial intelligence into the EPM suite, especially to automate repeatable tasks. This is yet another game changer for EPM customers and allows you to piggyback on Oracle's investment in AI with no additional cost to you. So it's a whole new world with Oracle EPM Cloud, and let's cover some key takeaways. Oracle has been consistently leading Gartner's Magic Quadrants for their cloud solutions, especially for consolidations and close and planning. In addition, hybrid can be a game changer for some applications for customers who are looking to push their application and data sets to the limits. With EPM Cloud, you now have easy two-tiered licensing options with understandable expected costs. And by investing into the Oracle EPM platform, you are future-proofing your business by investing into IPM, Intelligence Performance Management. Before we open for questions, one more note about our next two virtual events. Please check out our Manufacturing Industry Virtual Conference on January 21st. We'll have 3 sessions of industry-focused topics by important manufacturing customers, so join us. And then on January 27th, catch the last State of Business Analytics webcast with results summarized from the 2020 survey. What are other customers doing? How many are approaching cloud? Get this information and more on January 27th. So thank you so much for joining our webcast today. What questions can I answer for you? Go ahead and put them into Q&A and I will just read them through. Okay. Please describe the business case for moving from on-premise Oracle EPM to Oracle EPM Cloud and the payback period. Are sample business cases available? I'll be honest, I don't work directly for Oracle. We have our own list of advantages, which I went through at the beginning of this slide deck. If you want some more specific ROI, I know that the Oracle sales team is ready to provide that type of documentation and even walk through those very specific ROI cases with each customer. If you do have a specific question, though, feel free to put it in here. Okay, the ODI knowledge modules are also gone with EPM 11.2. So, my friend Philip, I just researched this. And what I want to tell you is you may want to look into ODI 12C as well as ODI Cloud Services. So, while I would say that maybe advertised support may not necessarily be there, what I would say though is that if you look at the list, the planning and the HFM, I think knowledge modules, or I think it's planning and HFM, maybe it's HFM, or maybe it's planning and Essbase, but they are still listed as being supported. So I don't think it's really an easy configuration. I agree with you though that ideally that support kind of ended years ago, but I've been told by Oracle that the it actually does work. So that's kind of interesting, by the way. Okay, where does an on-prem Essbase ASO reporting cube go in an enterprise cloud environment? Okay, so there are many options here. What I would suggest is there's a lot of details, right, that we don't have with this question. But if you had planning, you could theoretically, let's say planning on-prem, if the dimensionality looks somewhat similar, you could theoretically just put it into an ASO reporting plan type that's in EPM Cloud. In addition, you could go to Freeform within EPM Cloud and just, again, as I mentioned on that slide, when you do that, though, you can only have one cube per instance. So just keep that in mind. But if you only have the one cube and you want to just kind of consolidate onto one licensing tier, then you could absolutely do that and just go straight to EPM Cloud, put it in Freeform planning, no restrictions on dimensionality. It can handle really large outlines. So you could put it there. If let's see, enterprise cloud. Yeah, as far as EPM Cloud, I think that's all of your options. Let me know if you have any follow-ups. Okay, any other questions? I'm kind of surprised we don't have more on I'm a customer in this boat and I would like to go to wherever cloud on-prem. What are my options? I get a lot of those questions, especially recently since it's the beginning of a year. And we have usually a lot of upgrade projects that happen at the beginning of the year. Okay, I don't see any questions. I will give it another 30 seconds in case someone is typing about their stuff. Okay, what is meant by only one freeform queue per instance? All right, so if you think about the EPM cloud world, and I'll just kind of step back and explain it at a high level just in case, what will usually happen is for a single product, like let's say you have Planning Cloud, you get one pod of Planning Cloud, which has two instances, test and prod. With Planning Cloud, your boundary is you can only have one application, although you can have many cubes. With Freeform Planning Cloud, however, you can only have one application and one cube per instance. So if you had 3 Essbase cubes that you are moving to Freeform Planning, that means you need 3 different environments because you can only have one per environment. So from an end user standpoint, when you're in SmartView and you're connecting to each one of these things, that means it's a different SmartView URL for each one of the cubes. Now, as far as how long are they going to keep this configuration, we don't know. I mean, we've absolutely talked to Oracle about, yeah, that's kind of a limitation. And if we have 20 cubes, we really don't want 20 URLs. So can we get them all to somehow consolidate? They're working on it. I don't know where that is on the roadmap, to be honest. But I know that they realize that that's a limitation and can be confusing. So they're working on it. On-prem with 11124, Essbase Studio today builds a weekly and monthly ASO reporting cube. It's a star schema based on tables views on our SQL repository. Suggested routes if when we move to cloud. Okay, so Essbase Studio is deprecated, by the way, in future versions of Essbase, I would say, and EPM. But there are alternative options. And what I would highly recommend is because I am not the expert here, Glenn Schwartzberg, I believe, is going to be presenting our Essbase 21C webcast in February. I would hold that question for him because he's delved quite deeply into this topic and has probably a very thorough answer for all the different options you have when you're building out your Essbase cubes. But I have been assured from him that there is a future state here that is possible. It just won't look like EIS, obviously, but there is a future state possible. So you'll still be able to do this. We just upgraded Essbase and HFM 11124 to jump to the next upgrade we need. How do we evaluate the best direction to go? Or is that still via Oracle sales? Okay. So, I mean, you can definitely have a conversation with us if you'd like. I definitely recommend that you talk to consultants in general, because a lot of consulting firms have done very different and many types of upgrade paths. And so we've seen and done a lot. So you're welcome to talk to us about it if you want your specific configuration, what you're kind of thinking about. In general, I think I've done a presentation that you can probably find on YouTube that talks about, should I stay or should I go? Meaning, should I stay on-prem and should I go to cloud or stay on-prem? Where I kind of talk about this at a very high level, kind of esoteric level. But in general, you're probably going to want to go to a combination of cloud and on-prem, but you could also stay completely on-prem now that 21C for Essbase has been released. What it comes down to is, whether or not you want to maintain your own servers and software, how much money you want to spend, and also the other products that you might have access to once you do the upgrade. So it's just really up to you, but you're welcome to have a conversation with us. You can just email us at info@nrl.com. You can also go to Oracle Sales. You can also go to other Oracle partners, but there's a good number of resources out there available to you. Okay, let's see. Okay, does that mean you pay for additional environments for each instance or just the convenience of different URLs? So if you're on the enterprise EPM cloud licensing tier right now, and I keep using the words right now because that does not mean this is going to always be the case, safe harbor, safe harbor, safe harbor. But right now with the enterprise EPM cloud tier, you have unlimited pods. So you don't necessarily have to pay for additional environments if you're using something like Freeform and you need 4 different environments for 4 different cubes. You just ask for them. Now, I will be honest, it's not usually this kind of easy button that you press and then overnight you get 4 new pods. It's, of course, a process, right? You have to go through your sales rep, but you should just be able to get them right now, because that is the protocol with EPM Cloud Enterprise, is that it's unlimited pods. Okay, let's see. If I have 25 cubes in OEC Essbase, I should plan on OCI. How hard will it be to maintain versus having Oracle maintain everything? Okay, so there's definitely some considerations here, and we probably won't have time to go into all of them. But Bill, you're always welcome to reach out to us if you want, and we can have a conversation. So if you plan to go to OCI, the one thing that everybody needs to be aware of is OCI is only on Linux. So that might be one of the considerations you have to make: is do I like Essbase on Windows or do I like Essbase on Linux? And that might be a deal breaker for you. If you want to stay in cloud and not have to suddenly create new servers for your Essbase environment, let's say because you're coming from OEC Essbase or used to being in cloud, I would think that yes, you should plan to go to OCI. And I would honestly wait till 21C is available on OCI. How hard is it to maintain versus having Oracle maintain everything? So that question, my guess, is stemming from, if you're on OEC Essbase now, that's probably an autonomous configuration, which means that Oracle is doing all of the upgrades and patches and things for you. In OCI, and from what I've seen in general, I believe it's, less painful than doing an installation upgrade yourself, but a little bit more painful than a SaaS model. So I think you have to go in and you have to press some buttons and you have to create configurations to do like your own backups and stuff like that. But it should be easier in general than having like your own on-prem install. And by the way, Bill, if you attend Glenn's presentation next month, you know that he'll help you with that too. In hybrid mode, where some Hyperion footprints still exist on-prem and some EPM Cloud, I think, sources exist, can FDME be entirely avoided? Okay, so if you have a hybrid platform where you have some stuff on-prem and you have some stuff in the cloud, can you avoid FDME? So the problem, I think, is going to be some stuff on-prem. Like let's say, for instance, that you have HFM on-prem, which is a pretty common configuration, but you have planning in the cloud. So then how do you bring data? If you don't have a tool like FDME, because I don't think data management's, I could be wrong on this, but I don't think data management's on-prem agent, which allows you to connect to on-prem data sources, I am not sure if that directly connects to HFM. So instead of giving you the wrong advice, can you just email us directly, info@nrl.com? I will follow up on that because I'm not the expert on the data management on-prem agent, and see if it's possible to pull in data through there. That would be the one thing that I would think of that you could do and avoid FDME. Otherwise, if you don't have a tool like that that can connect to both cloud and on-prem, you probably have to rely on something like FDME, or you could go to a third-party tool like OneCloud, which we promote a lot because it's a really easy tool to use and it's pretty cheap. But yeah, you could theoretically completely avoid FDME if you decided to buy another tool like OneCloud. But feel free to email us. I'll get the right answer for you and get back to you. Okay, is Essbase 21C part of the 11.2 version? No, it is not. So EPM 11.2 is actually based on 11.124, and I believe Essbase 21C might be a different version of either 11.124 or a completely different version completely. But I will say this, I believe that in EPM 11.2, they are working towards a medium-term roadmap to update the version of Essbase that is in there. So that is coming. Okay, I think we got through all the questions. We still have some time left. If you have any additional questions, feel free to type them in. I will give you guys another 30 seconds. Okay, I don't see any additional questions. So thank you all for joining our live webcast. For those of you who I have some follow-up tasks, please email us at info@nrl.com, drop my name, Opal, and let them know that I promised that I was going to follow up on the question for you. Oh, and then I got a funny comment. Please give Glenn a hard time for me. I worked with him back in the early 2000s. Yes, he is a great guy, and I will let him know, Dean. So thank you very much. All right. Thank you all, and we'll see you on a future webcast. Take care.